It's all great, babe. We all do what we gotta do. Hey, darling, I'm broken hearted. I've been crying, but my crying's through. And I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Broken down on the bedroom floor. Yes, I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Hope you found what you were looking for. Spent a lot of time staring at the ceiling. Spent a lot of time talking to the wall. Spent a lot of time chasing that old time feeling. Spent a lot of time waiting on your call. Yes, I learned a lot, really learned a lot. Broken down on my bedroom floor. Yes, I learned a lot, I really learned a lot. Hope you found what you were looking for. Oh, hey, darling, the sun has been falling like the dust on some Midwestern plain. Oh, and darling, instead of running, think it might be time to sit down and deal with the pain. Hey, hey, late at night, I sit and listen to the freeway, rolling like a river on a distant shore. Nobody told me that living was easy. I ain't living in fear anymore. 'Cause I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Broken down on the bedroom floor. Yes, I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Hope you found what you were looking for. Hope you found what you were looking for.
Thank you, Frankie. That was beautiful. My name is Mott Swellen. I'm the Chief Development Officer, and it's a pleasure to welcome all of you here to the Walnut Creek Tree of Lights. Hospice East Bay is really proud to be a provider of hospice services to over 1,500 patients and families every year, including 275 residents of Walnut Creek benefiting from our care in 2023 currently. We also have a community-based palliative care program which has shown significant growth, is now serving 115 patients every day. Founded in 1977, Hospice East Bay is the only not-for-profit hospice located in Contra Costa County. We have been committed to providing high quality and compassionate care for those in our area, regardless of their ability to pay. Our service area includes all of Contra Costa, part of Alameda, and Solano counties. We are very proud of some of the unique programs we offer here at Hospice East Bay, and as somebody who raises funds for it, I am always very excited about how those money gets translated. One, we have music therapists who go in and use clinical components to provide therapeutic support for families, and really does an amazing job. Our veteran-centered care program, we have really grown this program. We're now a 5-star veteran program, and we really have committed ourselves to this program. We have a full-time social worker to help veterans and their families through their unique end-of-life needs, including getting the support and benefits that they have earned through the service that they have provided to our country. Last year, 52% of our male hospice patients were veterans. Finally, we have a wonderful bereavement program that's now both in-person and virtual. We're very proud that we're able to offer these services to our entire community as people go through grief. As many of you know, we are also we use Bruns House, our inpatient hospice house in Alamo. It is the only one in the 9 Bay Area counties that is an inpatient, and we're very proud of being able to provide that service to our families. We also operate 6 thrift stores. I hope you've had a chance to go to those. They're very nice, kind of highly curated. It's different than other thrift stores. And now we even have an online store to make things a little bit easier. So I always like to share one story, and it's about the music therapist. I had been seeing a donor of ours who passed away this year. And I'd been seeing her for about 10 years, always had lunch with her at Rossmore. And as she finally came on service, I asked her, I said, so what else could we provide? She goes, I really like music. I said, okay, we can do that. So I had our music therapist come, and she told the music therapist, I only want one song. And that's all I said. And it's Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way. And she was 103. She was actually, really kind of a Rosie the Riveter. And I really believe, yeah, you did it your way. So it was very beautiful. These events don't happen without our support from various groups. I'd like to acknowledge our sustaining light sponsors of Rudney Associates, American Asphalt, Patricia Ellsworth. Our guiding light is Cindy Silva. Our bright light donors is Donald Basso and Barbara and Dwight Moreland. I also would like to acknowledge and thank a big thank you to John Muir Health for doing this, and they've been a great partner for us. Also like to thank Michelle Lopes and Gerlinda Gonzalez and Frankie G here. And then obviously also for those of you who are interested, Rocco's Pizza. For those of you, they're giving us 25% of whatever you spend today after this event. So we're very honored to have that. I would now like to ask Michelle Lopes and Gerlinda Gonzalez to come up and say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gerlinda Gonzalez, and I am the Vice President of Inpatient Care Services here at John Muir Health. And I'm very honored to be speaking to you tonight as I so value our partnership with Hospice of the East Bay, as well as our community palliative care. With our partnership, we're able to truly transition seamless care to our patients that choose hospice and ensure that the care is continued and that it's patient-centered and that our patients' wishes are honored. And on a personal note, on April 20th of this year, my husband made the decision to go into hospice after over a year of battling a diffuse midline glioma. I remember the day very well. I was explaining to him that we would start hospice And he looked at me and said, "That is the best gift that you could ever give me." And for anyone that has cared for someone who has a terminal illness, it's so difficult to meet any of their needs and expectations. So that was a huge gift to me for him to be able to say that. And what Hospice of the East Bay gave to me and my family are the next 19 weeks of us just focusing on him and focusing on each other. They made it so that we could stay home with him, and my boss helped with me staying home as well. But we spent every minute of every day just loving on each other and loving on him. And Hospice took care of all of our needs, so we never really had to leave the house. And that meant everything to us. When he took his last breaths, he was surrounded by our pups and all of our family and our friends. And even though we try our very hardest to make sure that when someone transitions in the hospital, that it's just like they were at home. There's nothing like being at home. It's a person's sanctuary, and it allows us as their family to be able to honor their very last wishes. So I'm so thankful to Hospice of the East Bay for really amplifying what an honor and privilege it was to be able to take care of my husband during his last days. Thank you.
Truly the most inspiring family I think that I have ever had the privilege of witnessing the journey. So Gerlinda, thank you so much for sharing your family's journey with everyone here today. I think when those lights go on, I think Ed is just you're gonna see Ed. Yeah. He's gonna do something. I don't know what he's gonna do. It's gonna be special. I am here tonight on behalf of the board of directors. My name is Michelle Lopes, and I am the Assistant Chief Nurse Executive for John Muir Health. And I had the honor of serving on the board of directors for Hospice of the East Bay for the past 7 years, and it's truly been an honor for me. John Muir Health has partnered with Hospice of the East Bay for decades, right? I mean, I should probably have that exact number, but it has literally been decades. And we value what Hospice of the East Bay brings to our community and to our patients, because we know that when we hand our patients off to Hospice of the East Bay, they are going to be getting the very best quality of care imaginable, and that is something we do not take for granted. And it's been a real honor for me to be part of the Hospice Board of Directors, to really see the passion and the love that every single member of that organization has for the patients and the families that they serve. And so for as long as they'll have me, I will be on the board of directors at Hospice of the East Bay. I'm also here as a daughter. Lost my mom in 2021, and Hospice of the East Bay, I am one of their just magical powers is, in addition to helping the family member who is dying, they help the family in a way to help us hear the wishes of our family members. And sometimes that is a really hard thing to do. And certainly as a nurse, it's a really hard thing to do. And what Hospice did for myself and my brother was to really make sure that we heard what my mom wanted, because that was what was important, much more important than what we wanted. And they just have a special way of doing that. And we had the honor of working with them through the palliative care program, then into hospice, and then in the bereavement program that they have. They truly encircle the family and the patient. And I will forever be indebted to Hospice of the East Bay for helping me get to where I needed to be to honor my mom's wishes. So every year at this event, we are so grateful to all of you who come to share the memory of your loved one with us through this Tree of Lights ceremony. And again, John Muir Health is just so incredibly grateful and proud to partner with Hospice of the East Bay. Thank you so much.
and there's no one to dry your tears. I could hold you for 1,000,000 years, make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I know from the moment that we met, ain't no doubt about it, where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storm is raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret, when the change is blowing wild and free, you ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. It's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the end of the earth for you, make you feel my love, make you feel my love.
Because things don't always go as planned, I'm going to ask Carol Carter to come up and read this wonderful blog.
Shipwreck. As for grief, you'll find it comes in waves. When the ship is first wrecked, you're drowning with wreckage all around you. Everything floating around you reminds you of the beauty and the magnificence of the ship that was and is no more. All you can do is float. You find some pieces of the wreckage and you hang on for a while. Maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe it's a happy memory or a photograph. Maybe it's a person who is also floating. For a while, all you can do is float, stay alive. In the beginning, the waves are 100 feet tall and crash over you without mercy. They come 10 seconds apart and don't give you time to catch your breath. All you can do is hang on and float. After a while, maybe weeks, maybe months, you'll find the waves are still 100 feet tall, but they come further apart. When they come, they still crash all over you and wipe you out. But in between, you can breathe. You can function, but you never know what's going to trigger the grief. It might be a song, a picture, a street intersection, the smell of a cup of coffee. It can be just about anything, and the waves come crashing. But in between the waves, there is life. Somewhere down the line, and it's different for everybody, you'll find the waves are only 80 feet tall or 50 feet tall. And while they still come, they come further apart. You can see them coming, an anniversary, a birthday, or Christmas, or landing at O'Hare. You can see it coming for the most part and prepare yourself. And when it washes over you, you know that somehow you will, again, come out on the other side, soaking wet, sputtering, still hanging on to some tiny piece of wreckage. But you'll come out. The waves never stop coming. And somehow you really don't want them to. But you learn that you'll survive them. And other waves will come and you'll survive them too.
And now if I can ask Cindy Silva, who's with the Walnut Creek Council member, to come and read the names.
Each of the names that I'm going to read really represents one of the lights that will be on the tree that we light this evening. But I think more than anything, it reflects our memories and how much we hold each of these individuals in our hearts. Paul and Peggy Aiello, Joe Alcaraz, George Andrade, Ted and Angie Armijo, Penny Lee Basso, Mario Beria, Lou and Marge Bola, Barbara Macaulay Brown, Jack Butler, Karen Casano, Marie Chartier, Rick Chicotel, Barbara Clark, Phil and Carla Cornelio, John Diambola, Martha Dempsey, Judith Demkovich, Susan Dornseif, Taryn Kremer Adele, Emma Egan, Joe Egan, Edward A. Elliott, Beverly Eveju, Primo Facchini, Hart and Betty Farclough, Leo and Hester Falzoni, Jackie Fellner, Les and Gwen Fellner, Mr. and Mrs. Emery Filbert, Angeline Flossie, Mary Lou Francis, Jim Francis, Jane Frankland Moe, Lois Frankland, Peter Gope Sr., Peter Gope Jr., Ed Gonzalez, Janice Haas, Florence Haberman, Raymond Haberman, Arlene Hauk, James Hazard, Philip Heckett, Daniel Herrera Sr., Nancy Hayeta, Eric Hoberg, Linda Hull, Lawrence E. Jones, Frank Keene, Martin Keene, Joseph Cavery, Eric and Janet Leach, Dorothy McFadden, John McKinley, Dorothy McKinley, Jackie McKinley, Jolene Melzark, Italo Milan, Marcia and Bernice Miller, Robert Mimiaga, Michael Mimiaga, Charles and Harriet Moreland, Clarence and Wilda Morgan, Gregory Morgan, John and Lily Morgan, Dawn and Liz Morgan, David Henry Mullen, Barbara Pifo, Richard K. Rainey, Edmund Regalia, John Rivicki, Robert Rowland, Evelyn Rowland, Jess and Ruby Rios, Jeffrey Sandberg, Elizabeth Casey Sawyer, Rosalie Schnaufer, Tom and Eva Shaw, Sylvia Skrill, Bruce Nichols Smith, Ethel Sosna, Al Tennant, Elizabeth Thorpe, Donna Topping, Lillian Topping, Nicholas Tucci, Paul Villariestra, Gretchen Van Rie van de Rieder, Patricia Van Ryn, Hal and Eileen Young, and so many more.
Down here the river meets the sea. In the sticky heat I feel you open up to me. Love comes out of nowhere, baby, just like a hurricane, feels like rain. Feels like rain. Underneath the stars, right next to you. I'm wondering who you are, babe. How do you do? How do you do, babe? Clouds blowing across the moon, and the wind howls out your name. Feels like rain. It feels like rain. We ain't never gonna make that bridge tonight, baby. Across Lake Pontchartrain, feels like rain. like rain. Batten down the hatches, babe, and wear your heart out on your sleeve. Looks like we're in for stormy weather, baby. That ain't no cause for us to leave. Just lie here in my arms. Let it wash away all your pain. Feels like rain. Feels like rain.
Thank you, Frankie G. We're now about to start to turn on the light and end our ceremony. For those of you on this side of the room, if you look through that window there, for those of you, you can look through there. It looks much better when you go outside and see the full effect, so I promise it will look nice. I always tell people this, when you go outside, find a light out there and pick that light, and that is your light. And every time you come by John Muir and you look at that light, I hope you will think about your person that you've lost and keep loving and remember that. So we're going to turn off the lights and then they're going to turn on the lights. So I now present to you the Walnut Creek Tree of Lights.